What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the next part here. I believe we're on part 55 of building the Rick and Morty app. Before we continue on, hit that like button down below. Throw a comment of your latest emoji if you appreciate all the effort, and let's continue. So we were working on search result pagination. Particularly in this video, we're going to work on the insertion of cells for collection view result pagination. So that's a mouthful. So let's get into it. So here is what we are going to be extending. We're in the RM search results view, particularly in handle, character, or episode pagination. And what I've done is here I just print out should add more result cells for search results, and we're printing out the new result count. So I'm gonna give this a run just to refresh everyone's memory in terms of where we are. So if I search here for Rick, we get some results, looking good. Let me expand our console here. And when I scroll down, we should see that spinner, and we should also see more results being printed out. So it should add more result cells, 40 and 60. We got 2 calls that went out because we stayed at the bottom here, which makes sense. So let's get these cells inserted. So it turns out we have actually already done this. So we're gonna cheat and copy and paste. So where we have done this is in the standard view. When we open up the app and we have our character list view here, we've actually done this here. So I am going to do Command-Shift-O, and we're going to search for RM character list view model. I believe it's in there, and jump into here. So let's look for where we did the load more in here. We did the operation, I think, somewhere in here. Okay, so it looks like it's right here in this function. So it's fetch additional characters. Just as a refresher, we go out and make the request. Here is the execution of the request on our service. And in the success case, what we do here is we do some calculations with the more results, and we figure out what is the net additional index paths, which is right here on line 89. And we basically send that to our view via a completion handler right here, which are the index paths that get added. So it's a little bit cumbersome to actually understand how the heck this is working. So let me copy and paste this, and we'll go through it piece by piece. So cool. So presumably at this point, let me paste this in the RM search results view. Presumably at this point, we have actually already saved the models in our search view model, the new models that we get back. So I'm gonna actually command click into this, and let's make sure that is indeed the case. So in the character case, we hit results, we get more results here, we grab the info, we assign the next, and then we also get additional results, we get new results, and then we say new results is the existing results plus additional, and then we hang on to those in the result property. So we are updating the backing model already. Let me get rid of this print here. So now that we're hanging on to it, we can safely update our view, and it won't say that there is an inconsistency or discrepancy between our backing data and our view. So that's really important to understand. So alrighty, so in this case, we are assigning the new results. So let's see what we need to do. So we say response model is result here. So that's how we know what the new models here is. So we also get info here, and we assign the API info. So this is not pertinent anymore, so I would delete that. Alrighty, looking good. So let's see what else we need to do. We make sure I'm in the right function. Yep, character and episode. So here we actually get the new results back. So presumably the number of results in our collection cell view models is our original count. So let's go ahead and do a couple of things here. So first and foremost, I am actually going to unwrap self to be strong self, so we don't have to do so much optional unwrapping in a second. Now that we've got this, I can update all of these guys. So let's actually do some math. Okay, so we're gonna say original results is going to be strong self dot that. Okay, so those are our original results. And it's actually this logic right here. So let me copy and paste this up, and we will go and just amend this. Bear with me, I want to make sure copy and pasting actually makes sense. So we're saying original count is strong self.characters.count. What we actually want is strong self.collection view cell view models.count. It's a bit of a mouthful. Then we have new count, which is more results.count, which in our case, more results is new results, which is our inbound property. So we're going to say new results. All right. Then we say total is the original plus new count, which makes sense. We say starting index is total minus new count, which makes sense as well. And we have index paths to add, which essentially what we do is we create a range from our starting index to our starting index plus new count. And if you look right above it, you'll see that we have starting index right here. And we create the index paths accordingly like so. And actually what we need to do is we can actually do the insertion right below it. So let me get rid of this and let me move this print on up. We want to make sure we do this insertion right there. So let's jump back here and let me see where our insertion is happening. I'm just going to copy and paste that code as well. So we're going to look for collection view.insert. And if you look here, we have it in our character list view and episode list view. And we're basically saying insert items at new index paths, which is what we want to do as well. So we will say strong self dot collection view insert items at, and we're going to pass those index paths to add. Now, one other thing that I will caution you on is we want to make sure we dispatch this to the main queue. And I'll also dispatch assignment of these new view models on the main queue. So let me do all of that momentarily. So here we get our callback, and here I will wrap all of this onto the main queue just as a sanity check. We also want to be amending UI properties on the main queue. So we'll say dispatch main, or dispatch queue I should say, .main async, and we'll toss all this in. Do a command B to build, hopefully no build errors, and let's give this a run to make sure it indeed is working. Okay, let me jump back here. I'll open up our console and I'll just make sure everything is empty in here. We'll jump into search. Let me just clear all this jazz out and we will say search for Rick. All right, we got some results. We'll scroll down here and we should see our new cells. Oh no, we crashed. What the heck happened? So let's figure it out together. So it's saying attempt to insert item 40 into section 0, but there are only 40 items in section 0 after the update. So what that's basically saying is, let me just highlight what I'm reading. What that's basically saying is that you're trying to insert item at index 40, which is the 41st item because items are enumerated from 0. That's where the index starts. And section 0, but after the update, there's only 40 items in total. So 41 is greater than 40 in other words. So let me go back here and let's see what I screwed up with our calculation. So we're saying original count is our collection cell view models count. All right. Then we're saying our new results, which is our new count, is new results count. Total is the original plus the new count. This looks fishy to me. So this is actually not the case. The reason this is not the case is because I believe new results.count is already adding in the original count. So new count is going to be our new results count minus the original count. And then the total is actually going to be, the total is a new count already. So let's see, do we need total here? It looks like total we're saying is total minus new count. So it looks like the math is actually screwed up here. So let's see. Original count makes sense. Total is actually just our new results count. So let's see if I can get away with condensing this a little bit. So this is actually wrong. So we don't want that anymore. Here we're saying our new count is total minus new count, which looks wrong. So let's see what is going on here. So let me undo that. So original count, new count is going to be our new results dot count minus the original count. That makes sense. So let's say we have 20 or 40 in total now. Originally we had 20. This is going to be 20. Total will be our 20 plus 20, which is 40. Okay, makes sense. Starting index will be 40 in our example, minus 20, which is a starting index of 20. And then our index path is simply going to go from the starting index, which is going to be 20, to starting index plus new count, which will be 40, and it's going to compact map those. So let's give this a run with that minor adjustment, and let's see if that works. I should probably clean up my math, which is getting a little wild all over the place, but we'll do that once we know it's working. So I'm going to scroll down here, and boom, we get more results. Beautiful. So let me just print out all of my calculations. Looks like I'm already printing it out. We have 40 cells now, so let me continue down. Let's make sure that we get our 60 cells, and I see the spinner. All right, there's a spinner, and boom, we get 20 more cells. Beautiful. All right, and we get 60 printed out, which is basically every page is 20. So if I continue onwards, let's see. So we're now at 80. All right, let me continue. We are now at 100. I wonder how many results there are for Rick here. Seems like a lot of results. We're at 107 now, which tells me the last page of results has 7 results. So now when I get to the bottom, we should not see that spinner because we should not have a next URL from our API response, which tells us, hey, we don't have anything else to load. Don't show that footer. So awesome, look at that. Our search results are now paginatable, if that's a word, and we're in pretty good shape. So let me see if I can clean this up in any shape or form. So I guess we can leave this as is. I don't like how verbose this is. And let's see, we have handle location pagination here, which was our table view. And this is character and episode. So let's give episodes a shot as well to make sure that it is indeed working in both of these configurations. Let me search for Rick. I don't know if there's a bunch of episodes with the name Rick, but logic would say there are. So let's open up that console and we will scroll down and let's see what happens. All right, there's our spinner and we now have 28 results, which means there were a total of 8 on page 2 and we should not see the spinner anymore. Awesome, looking pretty darn good. So that is pagination in our search results. So that actually concludes search results. I think there's a few things we still have left to do in our actual app. I don't know if we actually finished all the pagination. If we did, that's great. If we did not, I will continue that in the next video, but we're pretty close to being done. We actually support different orientations. We support all the core functionality. We still need to clean up a lot of our code. We're gonna write some tests as well. And I've actually been debating if we should submit this app to the App Store. I think it'll be a nice primer in terms of working with App Store Connect and how to submit an app to the App Store. So that is all I've got in this video. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. It means the world. Drop a comment if you have stuck around this long. Some of you have been, watching every single video, which is awesome. It's a lot of work to put this out. So I really appreciate y'all following and enjoying it. Connect on all the socials, follow LinkedIn. I've gotten more active there recently. Always love interacting with you guys. It's say hello. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in part 56.